you're watching Yrq Tv, and I'm your host, Yrq Tv. We have another wonderful episode for you. As you remember, if you've been following, the last episode we went to the Millionaire Mind Experience, where I met some absolutely wonderful millionaire minds. Today we're going to be speaking to one of the wonderful millionaire minds that I met, along with her beautiful 8-year-old daughter, who's on her way to being a millionaire. And as I mentioned, we're going to meet some of the wonderful millionaire minds. And today we're going to be speaking with Talicia and Sakira. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Sakira. How are you?
Great.
That's wonderful. Mom, could you give me a little background on some of the wonderful things that you have been teaching your daughter about becoming financially secure in her future?
Well, some of the things I've been teaching Zakira is about finances, how to manage your money, how to make money. One thing I know that when I went to school, I was taught to go to school, get a job, and leave it as that. But when I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it opened up a big range of opportunities for me and my children. So I started to teach her, be who you are, do what you love. And I asked her, what is it that you like doing? What is it? Excuse me. And I saw that she, every time we went out, her eyes sparkled when she saw a jewelry store.
So when you designed the jewelry for the other young girls, how do you want the jewelry to make them feel?
Well, happy.
You want them to feel happy?
Yes.
And does it make you feel happy when you design your pieces?
Yes.
So what do you think about when you're making the jewelry that you design?
Well, it makes them shine around the world.
Oh, okay. So you want to make all girls nice and shiny around the world? Mm-hmm. Inside and out, or just on the outside?
Outside.
And inside too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because beauty comes from within. So you want to make girls beautiful from inside and out, right?
Right.
Okay. So what are you going to do with all this money that you make?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to give it to some homeless people.
Wow. That's very admirable at your age. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I like that. I really like that. You're going to start here in the USA, or you want to give it to people on the other side of the world?
Yes.
Yes. Yes to all.
Yeah.
Mom, how does it make you feel when you hear your baby girl speak like this?
It makes me feel wonderful because she's a product of me, you know?
Absolutely.
And I know that I used to want to do so many things, but my mom couldn't afford to do so. And now that I'm in a position, in a place, having time, me and my husband were able to pay attention to the children and help them birth out their goals or their desires. So it'll help them when they get older to say, well, mommy just did not ignore me, but you know, she let me play around with whatever I desire to do.
Absolutely.
Just to find her gift and her talent.
Absolutely. You have to sow seeds within your kids to see how it grows. Yes. Instead of, there's a lot of parents that stump their kids' growth and don't even help them plant the seeds. And they are definitely our future. And I think you're doing a wonderful job. But I have one big question.
Okay.
Okay. Miss Sakira, how much money did you make yesterday at the vendor? Do you know?
No. No.
Maybe I should ask Mom. Mom, how much did Miss Sakira make?
Zakira made $107 yesterday, and I'm having her with me.
Wow! Did you see how much money you made?
Yeah.
You are on your way. Wow! Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
God.
Make sure you put that away and make some more beautiful jewelry.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to buy a piece. Did you bring anything for me to buy?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
You're gonna take it off your arm. All right, a woman after my heart.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you
for so much.
Spending this time with me. Oh, thank you.
Well, it could be for your daughter.
I don't have any daughters. I only have boys. But I'll wear it. I'm a gem. I want to be a gem.
Okay.
Can the boy wear diamonds too?
No!
Because they're for all girls.
For all girls. All right. This is nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming out and speaking
Thank you
with
so
me and
much.
sharing
I
your daughter's
appreciate it.
story. And we just need more parents like yourself and more little girls with a dream.
Thank you.
Yeah.
TV. And today we are going to meet with a young man who I just stumbled upon at the Polo Club, rapping, doing his thing. I'm going to be interviewing Anthony Grant. He goes by the stage name of AJG, and he has a new CD that will be dropping this December 18th. So we're going to talk to him and see what inspires him to spit the lyrics that he spit. I want to get a little bit of a background on who you are and why you rap about the things that you rap about.
Okay.
So first, introduce yourself.
My name's Anthony Grant. AJG is my stage name. It's my initials, Anthony Javier Grant.
Okay.
Kept it simple, but basically, I just am a fan of hip hop. So I don't even listen to mainstream music. I stick to DMX, Tupac, all the real artists.
Okay.
So I kind of incorporate all that experience and all that with
Do you bark?
what I write.
Do you bark?
No.
Like DMX?
No, definitely not. Squeal. Sometimes I squeal.
God, I haven't heard his name in a while. So
Yeah.
that's that hardcore, old school.
Yeah.
You know.
I follow him on IG, so I know he's starting to come back.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay. Now your song is about life. It's
My album.
Life's a Breath?
Yeah, my album's dropping December 18th, and it's called Life's a Breath. Basically, Life's a Breath is just a quote I made up probably when I was like 15. I started writing when I was 14, so I made it up when I was 15. And what it means is you were born with a breath, like your first breath of life, and then you leave this world with a breath. So basically, you come into this world with a breath, you leave this world with a breath, and then life could pass you by as quick as a breath.
wow.
So that's why I kind of developed its own meaning, and this is my first album. So.
But at 15, you came up with something so deep. That's kind of
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah, it's because the music I listen to.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why. Yeah.
All right.
So.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So, your number one. Well, I guess the one single on your CD. What's the main song? 'Cause
The main song. I have a few, but the main one would be Life's a Breath. I named it after the album.
okay.
And it's really not like a hit song. It's more probably like one of the deepest songs on the album. So I kind of took the opposite turn with that.
okay.
And yeah, so.
Alright. I like that. Well, I kind of ran into you at somewhat of a. Was that supposed to be a battle? What was that?
It was more of a competition. I couldn't understand everything that was going on, but it wasn't my best performance. But
But yeah, you still stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
that's
appreciate
good.
that.
You got to be memorable.
Right,
It's
right.
when you're not memorable that you're like, should I be second thinking my career?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I mean, you wouldn't be here if I didn't see a little something there
Okay.
that would bring you to the show.
Yeah.
So since you are here, I want you to utilize this time to let the people, your soon-to-be fans, get to know a little bit about you a little bit more
Right.
in depth. So what would you look into the camera and tell somebody about you right now that you want your fans to know?
Well, I want my fans to know that I'm going through life just like any of you. So any experiences I'm sharing is just in hopes of helping you out and trying to open your eyes if you haven't seen yet the things that I'm trying to put in front of you. And if you have, then just vibe to it. I can only say I'm growing as an artist and as a person. So
Absolutely.
that's all I have to say with that.
Now, there was one song, one cut on your CD that I did hear that about bullying.
Right.
Is it okay to talk about
Yeah,
that? Okay.
that's fine.
I liked the message in the song, the
Okay,
words, and
right.
why? How did that song come about?
Well, that song is actually called Be Yourself. And I wrote it for someone that's close to me and my family. And I can't really put their information out there.
Right.
But it's just, I like to place myself in other people's shoes and try to feel for other people. And that's where I get part of my inspiration from. So I'll write in their position to kind of like, show everybody what that person's feeling. Somebody who can't really express themselves or doesn't want to express themselves. I want to put their feelings on a song, and from my position and me looking at it, like in a way I feel it too for them.
That's a good quality to have.
Yeah.
That I think that you keep that quality, I believe that will take you further than just your own experience.
Right,
and
exactly.
I think that's what's lacking.
Right.
I'm noticing, I've only heard a couple of songs on your tracks, but I'm noticing you have a flair for a message opposed to the new rap today.
Right.
That to me sounds like garbage.
Mm.
So why the difference? Why you didn't follow the young music opposed to the older music?
I think because I'm just used to hearing songs with messages, and I guess also who raised me. My parents also listen to the same type of stuff, so luckily that set in, and it's something I always stuck to. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason.
That's what you hear around the house. A lot of the old school
music.
A
lot of that stuff. That's what I used to hear. So it just stuck to me, and it just became a part of me, and that's the reason I stick to writing music with meaning, as opposed to what you hear on the radio.
Garbage.
Yeah, that stuff does not.
No offense, it's just a good song. It's a good beat with some horrible words.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, it's the producer that's really making the hits.
Exactly.
So.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I want you to come back later on. I want to follow your career. Much success to you.
Thank you.
And just don't be a stranger.
Oh, definitely not.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Just remember, they always got something to say. Hey. Waking up, I brew my coffee, then I'm watching the news. Gay marriage legalized, marijuana is too.
I'm here at the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival here at Cinema Padicio in Fort Lauderdale. Well, this is Yvette from Yrq TV, and I'm here with the directors, executive director, composer, and cast of When Voices Meet, a movie, an independent movie from out of South Africa. So they're going to tell you a little bit about the movie and what motivated them to create it.
Well, I'm Sharon Katz, and I'm one of the founders of the project about which this film is. And the project is called The Peace Train. And what we did was we mounted a project where we brought together hundreds of youth of very many diverse backgrounds in South Africa who had been previously separated by the brutal apartheid regime, and we brought the children together to sing and to perform together, and then we raised the project and traveled by train, living together in the New South Africa just after the release of Nelson Mandela. Wow. So that is the subject of the film. It's about the children, it's about the impact of this project on their lives, and it also shares the history of our country, where we came from, and a little bit about where we are today.
That's wonderful. Music do have a way of uniting people together.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and I'm Marilyn Cohen. I'm the executive producer of the film, which is called When Voices Meet. As Sharon said, it is about the struggle in South Africa and how the youth of different cultures came together on board her project, which was called The Peace Train, using music as a way of uniting people. And that struggle still continues everywhere in the world, certainly right here in the United States where we are now. And we want to ask everybody to get on board the Peace Train. You can find us at whenvoicesmeet.com. We're actually going to be doing another Peace Train here in the United States. We were 2 weeks ago together with folks from Ferguson and St. Louis, and we know how much it's needed in this country. So please get on board, and I'm going to turn it over to my soul sister, Wendy Katiwe Quick, to tell you a little more about the work in America.
Hi, I'm Wendy Katiwe Quick, and I'm honored to be part of the cast of When Voices Meet. I'd like to think of myself as the bridge that brings America to the South African component of the Peace Train, because I'm the American African that's been honored to be part of the group vocals and dance with the group, and also working in the community programs to actually teach children how to get along with each other, and bridging the gap between adults and children, and working together to make sure that violence doesn't become an issue in our lives. So I'm just happy to be here in Fort Lauderdale and look forward to perhaps coming back and helping to bring the Peace Train here.
Well, thank you, ladies. We do need a lot of peace in this world right now. I don't know what's going on with our country, America, right now, but I would love to join and be on board the Peace Train when you ride up.
That's what we need.
You know, so woo woo.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you very much. And if there's anyone out there that want to be a part or donate or anything to the Peace Train, how would they do that?
The best way is to go to whenvoicesmeet.com. Whenvoicesmeet.com. All the information is there, and there's even a button for donating. It's before the end of the year. You can still get a tax donation.
Great.
And you know, if I can just add, it's very easy to remember the name of the film, When Voices Meet, because the whole idea is that when voices meet, when people listen to each other, then we can solve these issues. So when voices meet. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate your time and appreciate the movie.
Thank you. Thanks for what you do.
Let us listen in with Wendy Katie Wick at a Q&A session at the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival.
Program of the Peace Train, because we see ourselves as cultural ambassadors, not only to spread information about South Africa, but also about spreading peace and goodwill wherever we are. And music is a phenomenal force to do that. So we look forward to being able to come into communities across the United States now to be able to share that with children, because peace has to actually be taught as well as respect. Many times children just come into the world, and if their families aren't teaching it or they're not getting it somewhere, then they're learning a lot of violence these days. So it's very important that programs like ours, the Peace Train, can come into communities, but we need people like all of you and your friends to invite us and find ways to make that happen.
We have just come to an end of another episode of Yrq TV. Please log on to When Voices Meet and watch the trailer. And we're going to listen to another cut from AJG as he takes us out of the show. See you next time.
That's my hometown. Yeah. One time for the hustlers trying to get by. Broke days, giving thanks for white clouds and blue skies. Living days like this, mixed drink for the stress. 95 southbound, just airing out the sex. Music blasting, and we got one roll. 38 special kids, I gotta unload. Feel the breeze, palm trees, MIA living. Every day a vacate, celebrate living. Really started from the bottom, trying to elevate living. Feeling falsely charged, trying to escape prison until we break free. This is what it takes. Tracks full of facts equals blades for the snakes.